Today is July 4th, and I'm still in the process of going out in public and actively pursuing a partner and looking for someone that I can possibly get in a relationship with. Um, it's been incredibly frustrating. Yesterday, I went to a. It's in Pittsburgh. I went to a Fourth of July celebration event by myself, and there were no women there, none, nobody. I mean, there was nobody there between the ages of 18 and 40. Nobody. There were just families, kids, and elderly people, and it was the most depressing experience I I've ever had. And this happened twice, where I went to a Fourth of July event and there was nobody there. I went to another one in Dormont, and it was the same thing: families, kids, elderly people, um, and that was it. You know, on the bright side, if you're a family and you want to go somewhere where it's family oriented, seems like Pittsburgh's pretty cool. But if you're a single man and you're looking for a date, looking for somebody to talk to, going to these events have been very disappointing. I went to an arts festival in downtown. Again, mostly families, couples, kids, and elderly people. I could count on my hand how many single women were there. So this whole idea of going to events and you just need to go out more and attend social activities where you can be social is nonsense. Okay, and I've actually approached some women at these arts festivals, and they don't want to talk. They don't want to have conversation. They're like, "Get away from me." I mean, they don't say it, but that's their body language. And so I'm like, wait a minute. I thought this was supposed to be an atmosphere where people are social and they're getting to know each other. Like, why are you like freaking out if I start a conversation with you? Like, come on. So those are the few women that I met at the art festival, and so it's very disappointing. Yesterday was terrible, and then it rained around 10 o'clock when the fireworks were supposed to go off. Luckily, I left long before that. I mean, I left like an hour before that because I was like, this thing blows, and there were mosquitoes biting me, and I was just like, nah, this is not good. So I just left, but it started raining hard, and I don't drive, so I had to wait for the bus, and so I'm gonna just say that dating, you know, meeting somebody is especially hard when you're a man. I can't just shake my boobs and wiggle my butt or put on a fancy dress and, attract people to me like women do. I have to like literally work hard and communicate and risk rejection and go through a lot of hoops just to meet one woman that's single and available. And I've already done that. I've gotten like three phone numbers. Two of the women told me they were in relationships, but they gave me the number anyway, which I don't know what that means. Are they really in relationships, or did they just tell me that for some reason? I don't know. Um, the other one did not tell me anything about that. I got her number, but then I had to run into other issues, like they didn't want to communicate. Like I sent them a good morning text message and how you doing, and they said nothing. An entire day went by. Like they basically left me hanging, and I don't understand like how people expect to develop any type of serious connection when the communication is poor, when you don't have a steady flow of communication, where you say hello to someone and then you have to wait a day later to hear back from them. It's ridiculous. A lot of the rules, in my opinion, or at least from my perspective, I don't trust society. Never did. If you look at history, society had all types of ideas about love and relationships that was completely false and bullshit. Um, right down to their stigmatization of masturbation. Um, Society has always been somewhat, viewing sex as a taboo, love as a taboo, and a lot of the views of society, at least historically, has always been sexist. And it's no different now, except that the sexism is more toward men versus women. Men are getting the brunt of sexism, I'm pretty sure that some women that I probably approach and talk to probably think I'm looking for a hookup or one night stand. They don't bother getting to know me. It's just I'm a man, so they already know me. That's the way I feel. I feel like a lot of them don't respect me as a human being, and that's sad. It's why I don't like. I'm not saying I don't like the entire left, but it's why I don't like the left. I'm not a big fan of feminism. I think feminism, at least a part of it that's about equality, is good. Um, but the rest of it, there's a lot of it that's just sexism, a lot of hatred toward men. And for those who say that's not true, and oh, you're just exaggerating, and oh, you're a misogynist, I've experienced that almost my entire life. I've done nothing to women. I mean, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes, but I've never physically hurt a woman or did any. Like, I've always been a goody two shoes. Okay, maybe even the stereotypical man that feminists claim they want. Someone sensitive, honest, respects women. And I've experienced total hatred. Why? I don't know. Maybe because of the fact that I'm just a man. So there's a lot of hatred. There's a lot of animosity. And so I'm going to go out today and I'm going to the grocery store and I'm just going to try to take care of some important errands. I would love to go to the gym and work out because I love working out. But I've got to go out during the daytime because that's the best time to meet women, um, and try to approach a few women. So far, I've reached about 16, 17 women that I've talked to, and gotten 3 phone numbers. I deleted 2 because the 2 women I was talking to took forever to get back to me. And if there's something I don't tolerate, like a line I don't draw, I don't like being disrespected. I don't like someone treating me like crap. The minute I see that, I'm out. And that's why I've never really been with someone that was terrible or evil. I've had relationships, but I've never really gotten involved with someone that was dishonest or treated me badly, horribly. And if I did, it wouldn't last long because I have pride and have certain self-respect that certain lines I would not cross. I mean, that's part of the reason I'm still single. It's not because, I mean, I'm not perfect. I admit that, but that's one of the main reasons. I don't tolerate disrespect. I don't like sexism. I don't like hatred. I don't like any of these things. And it's hard for me to I'm not one of those yes men that's just going to tell people what they want to hear. That's not me. It's never been me. If I see that you're being rude, you're being disrespectful, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to hide it, but today I'm going to do my errands, approach a couple of women, and then probably later on tonight, I'll probably work out at the gym. Today's Friday, July 4th. Um, I would like to attend an event with lots of women in it, but at this point, it's going to take a massive amount of research getting online because I don't know what I'm getting myself into whenever I look at these events. Like, am I going to go to an event where it's just a bunch of dudes standing around, and it's the same thing with New York City. When I went to these singles parties and events, there was just a bunch of men. There was no women there. It it's one of the greatest loads of crap I've ever heard anyone say is go out to events and that's where you should meet people. Go to a club or a bar or something. Nonsense. Nonsense. I'm not saying you shouldn't go. I'm not saying that, hey, maybe that's true in certain circumstances where you have a good ratio there, okay? But um, if you only limit yourself to social events, you're going to be single for a very long time. It's possible because you can go to one event after another event and there's nobody there. Okay. So I open myself up to approaching people cold approach, and that's what I do. If I see someone across the street that looks pretty, I try to walk up to them and get their number. But I am becoming more discretionary on that. If I feel like the person I'm talking to can't keep up a conversation, even at that moment that I'm talking to them, like I get a feeling that they're like these stiff, introverted types of people, I'm not going to like proceed. I'm going to tell them, have a nice day. I'm not even going to ask for their number. I'll probably just throw away their number. I'm reaching a point now where I'm just not in the mood to deal with people um, that have poor communication skills, because it's not because they're victims of anything, or it's because they're lazy, they don't care, and they're probably not looking for anything serious. They're probably just looking for a hookup or something casual. Hence, they don't care about communication. I mean, it tells you a lot when a person cannot tell you good morning back, or tell you how they're doing when you ask them. I don't like this generation of non-communicators, and then especially women who don't communicate, and all these games that people play, where you have to like watch how many text messages you say, and I hate that. I really do. I hate all these arbitrary rules that have no science, no logic behind it. It's just people making up things to make love more complicated. Um, but I'm going to do me, do what I think works, and stick with that. And today I'm going to go out, probably talk to one or two women. I'm lucky if I find one or two women by themselves. Women don't like to go out by themselves. They always go out with their friends, their mom, their dad, their brother or something. It's really annoying. How do you approach someone when they're like always next to somebody? They go out with their dog, which is okay, but everything else bad. So I'm just trying to meet a woman by herself that I can approach, and I don't have to worry about her friends or anybody around her, and I can just have a casual conversation and try to make a connection. And maybe it won't happen today, but it may happen tomorrow. It may happen the day after tomorrow. The thing is, I stick with it. I keep on going. I don't give up. Right now, I've reached about 17 women that I talked to with 3 phone numbers. 2 I deleted. 1 I'm still in touch with. And I'm keeping on, and that's all I can do. Also, if you get someone's number and you feel excited about them, don't stop talking to women, because women are moody nowadays. They change their mind. They don't know what the hell they want. One day they like you, the next day they don't. So unless you are already like on the third date and things have been established, keep on talking to women, keep on getting phone numbers, keep on whatever, because there's no guarantees anymore when it comes to these ladies. They are very moody, flaky. They change their mind at the flick of a dime. The wind blows the wrong way, and now they don't like you anymore. Or you say the wrong thing and they don't like you anymore. It's ridiculous. But this is the atmosphere we're in right now, where women are very unstable. Um, and so, I'm the kind of person, I'm very committed and loyal, and I just want to love one woman. If I get her number, I just want to talk to her, and I want to believe in her and have faith in her, and just be there for her and block out other women. I'm not that kind of person that I'm looking around and, I want to date everybody. But I have to be, okay, if I want to find a committed relationship, because these women probably are not like that. They're probably looking around every other guy, and they're unstable. So you got to keep looking until you get something solid where you've been on that third date and there's a connection there. Even that's not guaranteed, but you have something to work off of. Do not stop talking. Do not stop approaching. Do not stop. You have to still act like you're single and looking. Um, and that's all I got to say about that. I wish it was different. I wish we lived in a completely different society. But women, from my experience, my extensive experience, are extremely unstable nowadays. And so that's not to say you can't find one that's loyal and stable, but you won't find one if you're just, getting committed and falling for the first person you meet. I think men are more, actually, I think men are more loyal and committed than women. I see a lot of men instantly talk about getting married and, rushing into things, which is dangerous too. So that's all I got to say. Um, it's been a rough. I mean, yesterday felt like a waste of time. I don't drive, so I had to take these buses. The weather was hot, and it was just like not that many women out, and it was just like, why am I dressed? Why am I looking nice? Why am I, giving it my best, and I don't even have a shot at like meeting somebody. It just sucks. But anyway, I digress. That concludes my um, I'm trying to keep track of everything I'm doing by making these videos, um, so I can learn as I go along, and I'll keep an update of what's happening. And later.